No, your eyes do not deceive you. I have another one of these stupid things. This one was given to me at the Ham Fest. Well, the pre-Ham Fest, Swap Fest, I guess is more accurate. It is an HP Pavilion model A420n. And the only reason why I wanted it is because the case was in better condition than the A320n that I have. Well, the case for the A320n that I already have, the case is in better condition. But as it turns out, I think I'm going to just leave this one alone and keep both of them. Because this one is original. Everything's in here. And from what I've been told, everything even works. I guess we'll find out what's going on. But if we take a look, you can see, other than some scratching, it's definitely in decent shape. Mine has a nice big, my other one has a nice big gouge right down the back from when I took the Shuttle X PC over top of it by accident without realizing. It's almost all original. I should rephrase what I said, because we do have a DVD-ROM right there, but the HP CD writer has been replaced with an LG, what I can only imagine is a DVD burner. Might not be, but assume it's a DVD burner. It's got the original card reader. Now mine, which had the original card reader, I actually blew up because there were pins in the compact flash connection that were bent and I didn't notice. I plugged a card in that and poof, out comes all the magic smoke. And you better believe that it did that live on a low-end radio show too. That was very entertaining. But anyway, it's also got the original floppy drive, which is that odd blue color of the front of the case. Let's look at the spec sticker. Again, I'm going to make the assumption that none of this has been upgraded. Well, most of this has not been upgraded. It's still got an Athlon XP 3000 Plus in it, 512 meg of RAM, a 160 gig hard drive. Now, I know that there are actually two hard drives in this. I don't know what the second one is, but I believe that the 160 gig drive is still in here. Probably right there. It's probably this Maxter drive, if I had to guess, because that definitely says 160 gig on it. Although, on the other hand, maybe not, because I don't see an HP, replaced with HP spare on it. But anyway, obviously that's been changed, and I think that's the original DVD-ROM. This HP PC enables you to do all this stuff, which was a big deal back in the day. Not so much anymore. And of course, it is Energy Star rated, because, a computer needs to be Energy Star rated because it uses so much power. Standard power supply. I'm glad to see that it's not a Best Tech. It is actually a High Pro. Not that I haven't seen these things blow up too, but usually these ones don't blow up violently, the Best Tech ones do. PS2, serial, VGA, parallel. There's FireWire on the rear, 4 USB ports, Ethernet, and your audio. There's a blank because this did have a video card installed. Actually, a tuner card. What on earth is making that noise? I think somebody's garbage is rolling down the street. Anyway, and of course there's a modem in the bottom there. It's got a rear case fan, which actually seems to work. So that's pretty good. I wonder if it's a raccoon going through somebody's trash. I'm gonna find out. I'd be careful. Yeah, there's something over there. I don't know if it is a skunk or a raccoon. But I'll tell you what, I'm not going over there to find out. Well, I kind of want to know. Anyway, back to the subject at hand. It had actually a tuner card installed in the AGP slot, and obviously the owner wanted to keep that, so not that I can blame them. I would keep it too. me see. What motherboard is this? This is an Asus A7V8X-LA. Pretty typical stuff. It's got 2 RAM slots. Rather interestingly, for an Athlon XP, this one actually requires the 4-pin power connector. Thought that was kind of odd. And the other thing that's kind of odd is that there's like no dust in this whatsoever. Whatever it is that's over there is really throwing garbage down the street. I should probably close the garage door just in case it decides it's going to come over here, but anyway. I see an improper screw right there, so that's lovely. So I'm sure I've got some of the fine thread screws sitting around somewhere that I can just go ahead and replace that with. That's the original drive too, so I'm not really sure how that happened, but well, whatever. Or maybe it is the no. That is a good screw. It's just got a nut on it, a washer. It's interesting how much longer the original drive is. There's actually 2 hard drives in here. I'm sure you can't really see that, but there is another drive right behind there. I'm kind of curious what it is. So what we're going to do, since I've wasted enough time yakking about this thing, is I'm going to just plug it in, and we're going to power it up and see what it happens to do. Okay. Let's juice it up. Yep. Seems to work just fine. Let's get all this stuff out of the way. F10 to go. Oops, it was F1 for setup. So now it's going to try and boot into a recovery partition that I don't think exists. Or maybe it just won't do anything at all. Can I get some focus, please? I made it crash. Yeah, there's that sticking power button, although the LED works pretty nicely. I don't know why this camera is having such a hard time focusing. Okay, so turn that off. Turn it back on. This time we will not make it crash, hopefully. So, let's see. Well, it's not March 20th, 2022 anymore. We are missing a drive. So, I don't know what's up with that. I'll have to inspect. It might be that the cable's unplugged. I'll have to do a quick little peek. But yeah. Yeah, that is a DVD burner. That's the bottom drive. So that should be the slave drive. Because I'm extremely picky about that kind of stuff, but I think I'll probably fix the arrangement of the drives later. Yep, Athlon XP 3000 plus. The font on the video looks kind of weird. Or maybe I'm just crazy. And that's probably it, is I'm just crazy. So exit saving changes. And without any intervention, let's see what it does. If it still drops to that same black screen or if it does anything interesting. Alright, disk boot failure. So obviously there's nothing left on that hard drive. So I'm going to have to go play with it a little bit, see if I can get the second drive to be hooked up. I suspect it's probably been erased. Wouldn't really surprise me that much. So maybe I'll have to see if I can find a live bootable Linux out here or something. Okay, I did determine that indeed the plug at the back was disconnected, so I plugged that back in. I've also added a video card. This is an ATI TV tuner card of some description that just happened to be sitting around with a broken cap on the back of it, which is highly creative. And I realized that I forgot to actually plug in the video into the video card. It's still plugged into the onboard, so I'm going to have to plug in an adapter and hopefully not squish the PS2 mouse cable. And let's see if it actually works. Hey, look at that. It works just fine. Cool. Here's what we've got for drives. One of them's a 200 gig, the other one's a 160, so the other one's probably the original. I actually literally just noticed that that says 2 gigs of RAM, so that's been upgraded. Although that's usually the first thing that gets upgraded in these. With the hardware monitor, again, everything there looks fine. CPU temperature is a little warm for it being out here, but Athlon XPs did not necessarily run cool. I'll always set that to automatic. The boot device priority is probably fine. So, we will once again exit. We'll save changes. That fan on the video card even work? I don't think it does. Well, something's happening. You know, Windows XP now. So, depending upon what this does next, I may need to stop the video. But obviously the driver's not loaded for the video. I see somebody else like soap bubbles. Oh dear. Oh dearie dearie me. Well. Oh jeez. I guess it's installing the video, or maybe it just crapped out. Yeah, I think it's installing the video driver right now. I don't care about the antivirus software. I don't care about the display settings. There's something crawling on my leg. I don't care about the unused icons on the desktop. Yeah, there we go. So we'll let that do its thing. And, oop. We'll see what shows up in the hardware roster once it's done. Well, I've got it on my wireless network, which is probably not a smart idea, but I'm telling you what, the modern web has left this thing straight in the dirt. That's bad. So there are a couple files on here. There's nothing that's overtly incriminating or anything like that. So I don't know what this is. It's just blank. So anyways, also don't really know what that is. I suppose I could probably find out. My camera battery is about to die. So I'll probably just go in here. We can just see what's going on. Is this Home Edition? Well, it's Home Edition. Is that what it's licensed for? I don't even know. I guess I'll have to look. Here's all the drives. Via compatible. I don't know if that's the proper driver or if somebody had one job. But anyway. Standard Win modem. There's the ATI capture card, which actually works. Well, at least the video portion of it. I haven't tried the capture. Maybe we'll have to do that at some point. It's probably the only thing that this thing is still good at. Why are two of them showing up? I don't know. But nothing overly incriminating at all. Not much there. And then there's not really much here either. So I did want to see what is in that PHP file just because I'm immensely curious. Here's when the computer will do something stupid. Just watch. Like, infest my computer with a like a virus or something. So I'm gonna just go ahead and pull that. So that way if it tries, it can't. I don't even know if this is gonna load. That file might be too big for Notepad. Yeah, that might be too big for Notepad. Okay, we'll see if we can finish this off. Suffice it to say, there wasn't much of interest in that. So, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching, and if you've got any comments, feel free to leave them down below.